The Arkansas CW presents Do the Ozarks, featuring the Arkansas CW crew, powered by McClarty Daniel.
What's up, guys? I'm out here with Matt Mulhern, and today we're still at the Prairie Grove Battlefield State Park. But Matt, can you tell me more about what this location is we're at right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're standing in front of the Borden House at the moment, probably one of our most iconic features here at Prairie Grove Battlefield State Park. And Prairie Grove Battlefield State Park started in 1971 and was originally actually started by the UDC, which is the United Daughters of the Confederacy, in the early 1900s as a place to hold reunions for veterans of both the Union and Confederate armies. So they purchased the first acres of our park, and it slowly grows over the years, and it is still growing today with help from foundations such as the Civil War Trust, and etc. But this house that we're standing in front of, again, is the Borden House, and became one of the epicenters of the fighting here at the Battle of Prairie Grove, and became one of the worst firefights west of the Mississippi River here in the Civil War.
Okay, got you. And upon talking to you earlier, I hear briefly that this whole area is very historic. So can you give me a little bit of that context for the background out here?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So the battle took place on December 7th of 1862. It was very cold winter morning. It was only 16 degrees the morning of the battle. So these troops had marched for miles and miles. Some of these troops came from as far away as Springfield, Missouri in 3.5 days. That's over 120 miles from here, and that was the Union troops coming down as reinforcements to rescue the isolated Kansas division under General James G. Blunt. So these troops averaged over 30 miles in freezing temperatures and went straight into combat upon arrival here at Prairie Grove Battlefield State Park. And as I mentioned, this house, the Borden House, became the epicenter of fighting here in the early afternoon, December 7th. And it resulted in 2 federal waves coming up in charges up this hill, climbing over stumps, through brush, through heavy woods, and then coming into contact for the first time for most of these units with the Confederates hiding on this ridge.
Man, so it sounds like these guys had a difficult enough time just getting here, and then wow, that was intense out here, right?
Definitely not easy to put yourself in the shoes of these soldiers and what they went through. So again, they marched for over 30 miles a day, marched 120 miles in 3.5 days in freezing temperatures, and then went straight into combat. And we had troops from the 19th Iowa, 20th Wisconsin Infantry marching up this hill for the first time, and they actually got lodged right here behind this house in the apple orchard that belonged to the Borden family, and became, as I mentioned, one of the worst firefights west of the Mississippi River. And they got surrounded on 3 separate sides, and the 19th Iowa suffered the heaviest amount of casualties here at the battle, suffering 55% casualties.
Wow, and that's all out here where we're
all
standing.
right where we are standing. And you can imagine a hailstorm of lead and bullets surrounding us, cannon bombardment coming on for several hours prior to this infantry assault. So we are standing on a very important and very significant place of the Civil War.
See, I can tell it's so significant because I noticed back in the earlier area where we were at, I saw you guys had a painting of this very area out here.
Absolutely, yeah. And this, again, is one of our most iconic images, and it comes up all the time in people recollecting and reminiscing about the Battle of Prairie Grove and the fight here at the Borden House.
Yeah, it gives you a feeling of nostalgia just standing out here and just thinking about everything, man.
For sure.
So, Matt, can you tell me more about you guys' website and social media so we can find out more about you?
Absolutely, yeah. So we do have a Facebook page where we post a lot of our events, and we do try to keep it educational. So we have little fun posts talking about weapons, uniforms that would have been used here, specific stories from individual soldiers. So that's going to be the Friends of Prairie Grove Battlefield State Park. So log on to there, and you can keep up with a lot of stuff here at the battle site at Prairie Grove.
Great. Well, Matt, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. And thank you for breaking down the history to me, because this is historic.
Absolutely,
this is great.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
You, man.
And it's awesome to have you guys out here.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Thank you.
The Arkansas CW presents Do the Ozarks, featuring the Arkansas CW crew, powered by McClarty Daniel.